there, let's read H is for horse, an equestrian alphabet. Look at that little rocking horse. A. A is here to start the party. It kicks off our horsey fun. A's the first part of our journey, and of horses, second to none. Be they Appies, be they Arabs, A's deserve a second look. A makes a great beginning for a horse and for a book. Now, they are going to have these kinds of things, so if you want to read that, you can. But I'm going to keep up with these letters. B. I think bits deserve more credit, for the places they call home are the wet and darkest areas of the interdental zone. Man, if I spent that long sitting in the dark and in the spit, I would never, ever, ever say that my work was just a bit. And that explains about bits, the bar that goes in their mouth. C. The clatter of hooves and the swish of a tail was the sound of the law on the old western trail. C is for cavalry and the armies of men who jumped on their horses when trouble began. C stands for Canada and the mounted police who brought law and order to the ranges and streets. Our frontier was settled, our statutes enforced, from a spot in the saddle on the back of a horse. D. D is for the word direction. This might come as a surprise. You can make your own selection by the way you use your eyes. Where you look is where you're heading. Horses know how this is done. So when you look where you are going, no, you're not the only one. Remember, you have to look where you're going when you ride a horse. E. Imagine if your mom could hear each word you said from far or near. She'd have 2 ears, just like your horse, one pointing south, one heading north. And every unkind word you said would land you in trouble and up to bed. Each day would carry fear and dread if Mom had horse ears on her head. F. Here's the question I'm burdened with. Why are farriers all called Smith? It seems to happen all the time without reason and without rhyme. On Sundays and vacation time, their own last name will work just fine. But come Monday morning at the stroke of 6, everyone starts to call them Smith. G. G denotes the place that's best for putting bad horse habits to rest. G means ground, and groundwork can make better partners between horse and man. If you want to ride, not battle, start on the ground and end in the saddle. If you try things the other way around, don't be surprised when trouble's found. H. Imagine a line your horse can't see, but she always knows it's there. It shows what she's allowed to do, and when, and how, and where. When it comes to horse and rider, there's a line your horse can't cross. There must be belief inside her. In this herd, you are the boss. I is for the words in harness. In harness. They denote the special breeds born for pulling and for plowing. They once ruled the streets and fields. Be they Clydesdales, be they Shires, be they Frisians or Cleveland Bays. They hauled milk and helped fight fires. They were the engines of the olden days. J. They are judges scattered across the nation. All are experts in horse conformation. They are judges for your horse's walk. They judge her canter, post, and trot. They are judges for her color and breed. They'll guide you on the proper lead. They are judges for each show and ring. They are judges for judging everything. K. I've got a tool to catch a bot. If you knew what they were, I'd catch a lot. I've got a bag for my horse's tail. I've just the tool for horseshoe nails. I've got elastics for her braids. If I don't have it, it's not been made. K for my bright red kit. I wonder what I did with it. L. If you knew your 2-point stance, if you favor riding boots, if you know jodhoppers or pants, and if you know a horn won't toot, if you keep your reins just right, not too loose and not too tight, if you know each single gait, I'd say your lessons are up to date. M. One thing you should know for sure, if you've got a horse, you've got manure. I thought that once, maybe twice a day, I'd grab a shovel, for the rest I'd play. How hard could it be, I used to think, to keep my horses free from stink? Boy, what a joke. Man, what a dream. A horse is a manure-making machine. N. It was an evolutionary disgrace that horses vanished without a trace. You should know that N means none. That's one horse less than a single one. If I knew why, I'd be succinct in telling why horses became extinct. But no one person can make clear what made the horses disappear. O. Overo and overall confuse me through and through. One is dark with patches, the other one is too. One refers to the paint horse kept in many barns, the other is the thing you wear when painting on the farm. P. There is a place where you can go to learn about jumping and talk about shows and how to groom and comb a mane. It's where first aid is well explained. This lovely place is close for most. There are 600 chapters from coast to coast. Yes, Pony Club's the place to be. It's my first choice for the letter P. Q. What if quarter horse meant you got 4 horses for a buck? What a fantastic stroke of genius. What a gigantic stroke of luck. Then I thought of all the mucking, cleaning tack, and tending girths, and I thought, if you don't mind, I'd only buy a quarter's worth. R. In movies or on TV shows, you pulled the reins and away you'd go. But if you consider all reins the same, there's a few more things I should explain. In English, please note that 2 reins rule. That goes for horses, dogs, or mules. But if you're riding on the range, you just need one hand on your reins. S. Some think stars are up toward heaven. Some think snips means hair's too long. Some thinks blaze means fire's a burnin'. Some folks get these things all wrong. Snips and stars and blaze are markings. They make horses works of art, and thank goodness horses can have them, 'cause I can't tell them apart. So a star is a white marking between or above the eyes. A snip is a white marking between the nostrils. A blaze is a wide mark down the horse's face. Okay, that's what this tells us. T. Horses have just one big omission. They come without automatic transmission. So then T is the start of trot. That's second gear right after walk. For many, third would have to be what you do when cantering. And when you're galloping with your horse, that means you've got him up to fourth. Sure does. U is for unity, like a hand in a glove, a bond that's been fostered through time and through love. A goal is one movement between animal and man, no line where one ended and the other began. V. If your horse won't eat or drink, if she never wants to poo, If she's shivering or sweating, here's the one thing you should do. Get the doc who'll make a house call. Vets are folks who always will. He will cure your horse's problem while your parents pay the bill. W. A horse can miss his supper and be none the worse for wear. He can lope an extra distance and never seem to care. He can carry extra poundage. It happens all the time, but denying your horse water is a rider's biggest crime. X. When you have the urge to read, an arena's what you need. When you have the urge to read, an arena's really what you need. There are letters on the wall. You'll have time to read them all. You'll spend hours just looking up at H and E and all such stuff. Don't be worried that X is gone. You've ridden over it all along. Riding instructors use letters posted on arena walls to illustrate where they want their students to guide their horses. Gives the rider a point to focus on. So you can read the rest of that if you want to pause. Y. A sire is the father of the young. A dame is where the babe. Let's start again. A sire is the father of the young. The dam is where the baby came from. For the first 5 months or so, mares carry kitchens for their foals. Weanlings have changed their favorite snacks from something in milk to something in grass. Y stands for yearling, a term that's used for horses that are between 1 and 2. Z. I envy things about my horse, like how he takes his Z's. He doesn't bother to lie down. It makes great sense to me. If I could sleep just like my horse and doze while sitting up, I'd volunteer to play left field and stand through algebra. And that's the end of H is for horse, an equestrian alphabet. Hope you enjoyed that and that you subscribe and come back often. And I'll see you next time here on Stories with Grandma.